Hello, hello. Zerzy Zequin. Welcome to the channel. Feel like watching a live police chase? We will have audio in.
Something is up.
There we go.
And this driver, this car should be avoided, is that spotlight coming from overhead. That is from the LA County Sheriff's helicopter that's been flying over this, keeping an eye on this driver pretty much the entire time this has been going on. So I don't know what the strategy is at this point on the ground with nobody behind it. We're not hearing chatter, obviously, about pit maneuver attempt, spike strips, anything else. They might just be waiting for this driver to run out of fuel. But you've seen a number of dangerous maneuvers here, squeezing between other drivers. It blew right through, I believe, a red light at an intersection. It was Paramount and Telegraph, and that's right by the Citadel outlets. So quite a few pedestrians, other drivers there. This driver blew right through that intersection. You saw him squeezing between.
Yeah, and I have no
cars,
clue
right
whatsoever
to
what
get
started
into a
this
parking lot.
chase.
But he's got
I know it is in
stretch
LA,
here on Slauson
California.
Avenue. This is relatively empty. A lot of traffic when he was on the 5. A lot of traffic on Telegraph, on Paramount. But I do not know what this driver's plan is. If he was looking for a place to bail, I mean, there are parking lots everywhere on his right. That does not seem to be the move. And this is notable, too, as we're back in the city of Whittier now, Slauson Avenue. This driver was in the exact same spot before, and okay, I think he might be. Is he stopping? I mean, is he going to pull over right there in the middle of the roadway? It looks like he was moving to make an illegal U-turn there, but he's got that center divider on this major. Can't really make that happen. But he's been in this exact same spot before, turning circles on surface streets. So this might be an area he is familiar with. He might be looking for a place to bail out of this stolen vehicle where he can make a run for it, where he knows the area. This might actually be near his place of residence. We don't know anything about the driver. We're not hearing chatter about a passenger in this Nissan Sentra with the pursuit suspect. But helicopters still overhead, and I do believe we are the only ones tracking this.
California apparently is the popular place to have high-speed chase. Well, this really isn't as high speed as the other day. That guy stayed at about 100 miles per hour the entire chase.
Sounds like they are in tracking mode. This is not an active pursuit, meaning there are no ground units behind it with lights and sirens turned on. So if any drivers are out in this area, you can see on our map there, Santa Fe Springs. It's back in the Whittier area where this started. It's up on Greenleaf Avenue. Avoid this car. The only visual indicator you have at this point that there's a suspect being followed is that spotlight from overhead. But he's taking it relatively slow now compared to what we saw on the freeway before he hit traffic on the 5 and decided to get off the freeway, again, near Commerce, near the Citadel outlets.
I'm guessing the cops are backing off, hoping that
he's got that clear shot ahead of
slows down a little
bit.
The way
he's driving indicates to me that he might be looking for somewhere to pull over and maybe.
I mean, they have a helicopter overhead. I guess they don't necessarily need all the cops behind them.
Only agency involved at this point. They're tracking it, meaning they're just watching it from overhead in their helicopter. It's the LA County Sheriff's Department. Okay, making a U-turn now in the middle of Santa Fe Springs Road. I don't know what this driver is looking for, but he is back in the area where this started as a pursuit with Whittier PD in pursuit before.
They always seem to go in big circles. They drive out, and then they come back to the same place they started.
In the middle of the road, making a right turn here. So he's looking for something. Yeah, and you see those flashing lights. This is now an active pursuit again. You see that black and white. There's one police unit now behind this black Nissan Sentra. And I was wondering what the strategy was going to be on the ground, but you see that unit closing the gap now, getting a little bit closer to this pursuit suspect, and he's speeding up. Speeds exceeding 60 miles per hour now. He's hitting the brakes here, and is that damage I see?
Yeah, he doesn't have a back
again, this
bumper.
driver wanted for carjacking.
Oh, it's carjacking.
As
Okay.
this goes back into active pursuit
It's the
mode
first I've
after this
heard.
was in tracking mode for quite some time. LA County Sheriff's helicopter still overhead. And let me see which agency this is. I believe this is, Whittier City Police. Again, if this gets back on the freeway, they may call in CHP for assistance. That's what they were trying to do when this was on the 605 before heading northbound on the 5. That's when we caught up with this in News Dropper 4. But again, no word on what this driver may have been looking for in this area that he has now led cops to at least twice by our count. And this has been going on for more than 30 minutes now, but no word on what he was looking for, where he might be headed, and any possible passengers in the vehicle with him. Turning out of Pioneer Boulevard now. Slowing down just a little bit, but you can see those flashing lights behind him. You see that black and white in hot pursuit. Yeah, and I'm wondering if he's looking for the on-ramp to the freeway. This is just off the 605. Okay, turning back on Slauson Avenue from Pioneer Boulevard. And definitely driving on the wrong side of the road. You see the black and white behind it, staying in that legal lane.
It's an interesting way to get onto the on-ramp.
Back on the freeway now from Slauson Avenue.
Hey Z, how you doing? Or I mean, hey Sirloin, how are you doing? Darn it, the two Z's messed me up.
On the 605 freeway.
Think they're chasing your cousin here.
And you saw that sign. Back on the 605 in the city of Santa Fe Springs, headed southbound with this police unit right on his tail. Yeah, and you see that line of flashing lights. 3 black and whites behind this pursuit suspect now. Helicopter still overhead.
Apparently it's a carjacking suspect.
He's speeding up just a little bit, but he's not going nearly as fast as he could be with this clear stretch ahead of him. He definitely chose the right freeway. Heavy traffic on the 5 that he was on before, especially on the northbound side. He bailed off the freeway in Commerce, and this was on surface streets.
I just sometimes see these high-speed chases, and I like watching them, so I figure when I get a chance, you know, I share them. Or been sharing them, trying to now.
And it looks like he is committed to the 605. No, actually, he might be in the right lanes, preparing to merge onto the 5 freeway. Let's see what he decides to do. Now he's kind of weaving in and out of traffic. I don't know if he's trying to get on the 5 or if he's trying to just move a little bit faster and get around those cars. Now he's on the right side. He's getting on the 5. Nope, committed to the 605. Southbound on the 605 still as he cuts into the carpool lane there. He's just weaving between.
Yeah, you might want to take that HOV lane.
He can't shake the black and whites behind him. They're closing the gap. Helicopter is still overhead watching this, so he's not going to lose. Whittier Police.
That HOV lane's the only lane that's not going to have any traffic. I mean, if you're going to be in a high-speed chase, that's where you kind of want to be, in that HOV.
He's got at least 3 black and whites in active pursuit here. Driving through that core point. Again, this driver wanted for carjacking in the city of Whittier. And look at that other driver. There's a black SUV here that was just sandwiched between these black and whites pursuing this carjacking suspect. I don't know. If you were on the freeway and something like this happened, pulling over might be your best bet. This is not safe for other drivers. Fortunately, this carjacking suspect has stopped the fishtailing maneuvers, but he's definitely not driving in a manner that's safe for other drivers on the 605 South tonight. And you see the helicopter flying through our shot. Quite a few eyes on this. I don't believe he's going to shake the police by weaving in and out of traffic here. But clear stretch ahead of him, unclear what his destination might be, but this has been going on for quite some time, long enough that we're starting to wonder, is he going to run out of
Good
fuel?
evening, Vestige of Peace. Good to see you.
If he is about to reach
Watching,
that
it's
point, he's out
for
wide. He may
multiple
be looking for
occupant
somewhere
vehicles.
to ditch the car before this went back into active pursuit mode from tracking mode. And he's exiting here in Norwalk. Looks like this is the Imperial Highway off-ramp off the 605 South.
Yeah, it's for high occupancy vehicles. Specifically, traffic lanes registered for vehicles with a minimum number of occupants, typically 2 or more. Primary purpose is to encourage blah, 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 blah. But basically, yeah, that's going to be the lane where basically nobody is driving in.
Whittier police following.
And that's because most people just drive along in their car by themselves. They don't try to carpool. It's basically the carpool lane.
Vehicle the entire time they've been in active pursuit. Spotlight still on that vehicle from the LA County Sheriff's helicopter. And we are now westbound on the 105. So if you've been counting the freeways, this has been on 605, 5, a number of surface streets between those freeways, and now we are on the westbound 105. And here we go again, weaving around
Downey and Norwalk.
Not signaling any of these lane changes. I think drivers, though, have a sense that something is up. They probably know this is a pursuit coming up on them. And he's up on the shoulder, veering wildly between freeway lanes here.
I mean, he's driving down the shoulder. Wouldn't it have made more sense to be over in the HOV? I mean, what are they going to give you, a ticket?
Side of the road for quite a few stretches. And again, we don't know much about this driver aside from the fact that he's wanted for carjacking.
I'm glad you stopped in and said hello. I'm doing great. I'm going to be maybe building a bike tomorrow. Not maybe. I'll be if the weather works out.
Yeah, most of these maneuvers don't make sense, and he's going to run out of fuel a lot faster if he continues doing this. Yeah, and cutting right out of the carpool lane through these solid double lines on the westbound 105. We are now in the city of Downey. As he cuts in front of that white SUV, looks like he's getting back on the shoulder now. And I don't believe he's moving much faster around traffic driving that way.
It's an e-bike. It's a Jason 52 volt.
Black and whites behind him.
Little e-bike for Tom.
Slowing down quite a bit here, hitting the brakes.
It's boy, I can't speak. The helicopter tries to determine the vehicle speed. That's not necessarily accurately the vehicle speed, but it tries to determine it.
I don't know if there's any strategy here, if there's any intended destination. The area that I suspect this driver knew well was Whittier. He was turning circles there, but I think he might have panicked when he realized this went back into active pursuit mode, and he saw the black and whites with their lights and sirens turned on behind him. That might have been what prompted him to get on the wrong side of, where did he get back on? I think it might have been Paramount Boulevard, where he got back on the 605 South.
I think it'll be a fun little build. I
Since he
plan
did get
on
off the
doing it
605,
live.
that might have been why he decided to merge onto the 105. And we are now back on Paramount Boulevard. We're now in Southgate. And we are seeing the same driving behavior we noted earlier, driving on the wrong side of the street here, disregarding all traffic rules, weaving between lanes, just trying to get away from the police.
Well, I mean, all police chases can't be O.J. Simpson.
And as
I'm not sure of age of the driver. I know it is a carjacking suspect.
You see him squeezing between the truck and the other car here.
He seems to be going back to the same location over and over again. But then again, they all do that.
Hey, George, you got it? It's at the back. Shooting 5 o'clock. Gardendale Street. Uh, 5 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Okay. Should be out your window now. It's 3 o'clock. You got it. Night sunlight.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah. Okay, it's like 2 o'clock now. And making a right turn here onto another major, Garfield Avenue in the city of Downey. I mean, it's much safer when there's less traffic.
Well, they all come partially disassembled when they ship. I got it from Amazon. It's not like fully unassembled.
And a driving behavior appears to be safer when he's not dodging other cars.
I could have paid $180 bucks to have a guy come to put it together, but I'd rather just stick it together.
Right turn off of Garfield.
Excuse me, it took a dab and that took my breath. I'd rather just take it and put it together myself, you know? I don't think I'd have that hard of an issue with it. Uh-oh. From what I can tell, it's very simple. You put the front tire on, you put the fender on, I think attach the light, put the handlebars on, and you're good. Not worth $180.
Out there to confirm this did go back into tracking mode with only the helicopter overhead monitoring this, and Whittier police holding back again. That might have been because this simply got too dangerous when it was on the freeway. When it was on the 605 and the 105 West just now, they did have the option to hand this off to CHP. I guess this driver didn't stay on the freeway long enough for that to happen. This would now be the second time that CHP simply hasn't had enough time to step in and take over this pursuit. But on surface streets, at least, we haven't seen any pit maneuver attempts. We hadn't seen police lay down.
It's a decent little bike for Tom. It's not like the one I was looking at. More money.
On this from overhead. Again, this Nissan Sentra
dual motors, 6,000 watt.
Just be waiting for this to run out of fuel.
I think it's like a 51 top speed. Most of the guys online were saying it gets about 48. I would never do it. I would never go that fast on it though.
Including this driver veering between lanes and cutting into the wrong side of traffic, driving on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, George, we're right on top of it. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, another near miss over there as he cuts in front of that other driver. And a lot of this driving doesn't make sense.
Tom
because
doesn't need all that
stretch ahead of
power
him, the lane
anyway.
He was in. He could have just stayed there as he picks up speed here on Imperial Highway. Yeah, our speedometer up here is showing 50, 55 miles per hour, but you see how much faster this driver is moving than other cars on the road tonight.
And the car looks like it's missing its rear end. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. The bumper. It also looks like it has a tail light that is
Imperial Highway now. He just made a right onto
has the plastic cover broken.
Back in tracking mode. Only the helicopter overhead. No black and whites behind this.
Yeah, I know, right, Dr. Nimrod? I've been trying to tell him not to stop doing that. Oh yeah, that headlight or that tail light's definitely busted.
Back on the freeway now.
But like I said, that part of if there was any collision from the cop, that part of the pursuit I didn't see.
Pursuit. He's back on the 105, this time headed east. Hey, George, it's crossing under us. You got it? You got it. It's headed east. It's on the freeway.
I'm not sure exactly what type of car it is, but it looks like a fuel car.
Inside the car, inside this pursuit vehicle, as it gets back on the 105 and speeds east. I don't believe I see anybody in the passenger seat. But I believe I saw.
I just saw a head in the passenger seat, I thought.
Pursuit, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they lit up the area, so you could see the road. That's funny. I mean, I guess they do that in hopes to lose the cops, but if the helicopter's above you, don't you think it'd be much easier to look for the car without headlights amongst all the other cars with headlights? You know, just saying.
Okay, back on the 605, this driver seems determined to get back to an area he's familiar with. So we are back on the 605.
They always do that. Every high-speed chase I watch. The guy runs from the cop, guy gets so far out, then starts heading back home. And runs further out and then heads back home. Almost makes you wonder if they just blocked all traffic right where he started, if the dummy wouldn't run into the roadblock. The more and more digital the cars are getting, it makes me wonder if in the future the cops aren't just going to have an off switch for your car.
And we made a giant loop. We are back home, back in Santa Fe Springs. This is right by where it started, where this driver was turning circles at least 2 other times. George, it's 5 o'clock. Hey, Bill, if you got me on microwave, no, I do not hear you on the 450 radio. I'm getting your texts.
No, that car didn't just pick up that speed. The sensor on the camera made it, when they moved it, made it look like it was 100 miles per hour all of a sudden.
Copy that. Got the IFB radio turned back up. I'm not hearing programming, though.
And quit moving the camera so we can get a lock on how fast he's going.
Hey, Des, copy that. I got it turned up, not hearing anything.
I think they maybe need to do a little
Hey, NOC,
adjustment on Dr. Nimrod's meds over there. Seems a little bit too happy.
Hey, NOC, I hear you. I'm not hearing programming. Hey, Bell, I got you. Roger that. Copy all. Thank you, Bell. Yeah. Okay, those of you streaming with us, thank you for bearing with us. We got some housekeeping upstairs with the radios we had to take care of, but this is back on the freeway. It is headed southbound on the 5 now. You see on the map there, city of Santa Fe Springs. Helicopter is still over this. Driving behavior is still very much the same. This driver is still determined to get away. This is no longer an active pursuit. But Whittier PD confirming to our NBC News desk, they're still behind it on the ground, and they've got their reverse lights turned on so other drivers know they're following this black Nissan. I think he might have been making moves to get off the freeway just now, but then he got back into the right-hand lane, still headed southbound on the 5. Yeah, and I was talking about the possibility of this driver running out of fuel at some point. We just hit the 1 hour mark.
Yeah, he should be running out of fuel sometime.
Turn off IFB for now. TV programming just came back, and there's a buzz behind it. I think it's the game. And a bit of new info here. I'm hearing from my pilot who's talking to the other airships on their radios. They've got Westminster CHP units setting up now just ahead of this on the freeway. And as if this driver is aware of that, he's now exiting the 5 freeway. CHP was just
That's funny. Maybe he's got a
trying to
police scanner
safely
on
bring
there.
this to an end
All of
as
a
it
sudden he
hits the
pulled off
1 hour
where they're
mark.
setting up a
But we are back on the
roadblock.
freeway now. This just exited the 5 South in Santa Fe Springs. Third time, at least the third time this driver has led police here.
I don't get why they always run in circles. Well, I guess, you know, if you think about it, if somebody doesn't really know the area, they're going to try to come back to where they were.
And it looks like we're on Valley View Avenue now, just crossed the Firestone Boulevard intersection as this driver weaves around other cars again. But had he stayed on the freeway, had he stayed on the 5 South, CHP was just ahead of him, getting in position. But Valley View Avenue, taking it relatively slow now, past Alondra Boulevard.
Estrada.
I see. Hey, Bill, if you got me turned up, the buzz went away, so I've got IFB turned on again. Should be able to hear you.
Watch, I'm going to step out to have a smoke, and they're going to end the chase.
Picking up a little bit of speed here on Valley View Avenue, exceeding 60 miles per hour on surface streets again, but seems like this driver is pretty familiar with this area. Helicopters still circling this overhead, still shining that night sunlight. I don't believe I see black and whites close behind it on the ground. But at last check, Whittier police still in tracking mode. They were tailing this all the way down the 5 freeway. Turning into a parking lot now off of Rosecrans Avenue near the corner of Valley View. I thought this driver was getting ready to bail out, but he just cut through that parking lot. He just made a turn, and he's back on Valley View Avenue now, headed in the other direction, headed west. You got to charge, it's 10 o'clock low. Yeah. Okay, driving over the center divider now, getting back onto Valley View Avenue, and you see that other driver stunned, just
what do we got going on here?
Yeah, this is going to cross under us, but this is headed east on Valley View Avenue after briefly heading west as we turn up here in News Chopper 4. Let me reacquire this. But yeah, helicopter definitely still watching this. Not sure what this driver is trying to do, but no black and whites following close behind, back in tracking mode.
I think he's over there to the left. Yeah. I mean, see, they weren't going to find him until they told him where he was.
He's back on Valley View, headed east. So this is the direction he was going before he made that left turn onto Rosecrans, and then drove through that parking lot, and then crossed over onto the other side of the street in front of inside the car, who's trying to coordinate with him to do a handoff or for him to ditch the car somewhere. But he seems to be looking for something. I don't believe somebody just driving to get away from authorities would be making turns like this. It simply doesn't make sense. This does make it a lot harder for Whittier Police, though. They're still the lead agency here. I mean, if they're looking to set up spike strips, you know, it's tough to anticipate where this driver is going and where he might make another wild driving maneuver or illegal turn. We've seen him do a couple of illegal U-turns in the middle of the street now. So wherever they decide to set up spike strips, they can't guarantee this driver is actually going to head in that direction and then drive over them. So we haven't seen them do that yet. Last bit of chatter we heard on the scanners on the radios up here about spike strips. It was actually from CHP on the freeway, but you saw this driver exited the 5 South before even getting to the location where they were getting set up. And he's now back on surface streets, back in the area that he seems to be most familiar with in South Whittier. Again, this started in the city of Whittier with Whittier police in pursuit more than 1 hour ago. This driver in the black Nissan wanted for carjacking. And we're still headed eastbound now on Valley View Avenue. And as we come up on another busy intersection, you saw that driver blowing through that red light, narrowly missing another car. It was a green in that direction as he continues speeding down Valley View Avenue headed east. Hey, Desk, if you can hear me, got your text. Let me try and turn on the KVIFB.
Well, it does help to be used to seeing the road from the aerial view.
Back on the wrong side of the road here as it turns off of Broadway, off of Valley View onto Broadway. Seems to be a quiet residential area here. A lot of parked cars on this street, but fortunately not a lot of traffic. Hey, Dusk, try me on the KNBC IFB TV programming.
Yeah, I watched a rollover crash with a Jeep. Well, not the rollover crash. I watched the aftermath, and it was like a 4-lane straight road. How the heck do you have a rollover on a 4-lane straight road?
Not hearing you there, though.
Oh, yeah, he's most certainly just traveling. They shouldn't even be. Why are they bothering him? He hasn't caused any
because we don't have the Starlink in this helicopter.
Victims.
Okay. Yeah, I got you on the 450 interrupt. Loud and clear. Yeah. Yeah. Back home. Yep. Thank you.
Like I said, after a while of seeing the guy keep going back to the same spot,
right through the wrong side of the street here.
You might want to set up some cops there, so when he comes back the next time, you're ready for him.
To our assignment editor on the desk with any new information on this pursuit. So nothing new from pursuing agencies, Whittier PD or CHP at this point, but it's still the LA County Sheriff's helicopter overhead. And what's notable here is that this driver is back in the area where this started. He's back in the area.
I wonder if he's calling 911.
Back in the area.
I have police chasing me.
Before this got back on the freeway. So he's just completely disregarding lane markings here. And with no good reason. But making this wild left turn from the wrong side of the road onto the wrong side of the road, onto another quiet residential street here. And
imagine that.
like
Ooh, that looked a little close.
Doubled up. and zooming out here because I'm hearing there are actually 2 law enforcement helicopters now. Now bailed out at a cul-de-sac. 2 people running out of
maybe
this
they
black
knew the
Nissan
cul-de-sac was
Sentra.
there, but that was a
2
bad place to
helicopters
drive
over
the
this now,
car to.
CHP and LA County sheriffs, as the driver and his passenger try to make a run for it. I'm going to stay with this guy in the black. I believe this was... No. The guy in the blue jersey, I believe that was the driver. A number of black and whites
There
behind
is
this. But you see this one suspect. This was the passenger running down this residential street here. This driver finally bailed out. We were expecting him to at some point, but they finally ditched the car in a cul-de-sac here in South Whittier, not far from where this pursuit started about an hour and a half ago.
Now we got to search for suspects.
You see the holiday lights in this neighborhood. You see the flashlights.
They need better
from
cameras
police,
on this
and you see the
helicopter. You guys
spotlights
don't
from
got
2
the
law enforcement
infrared and the
helicopters
gamma?
now, CHP and the LA County Sheriff's Department. The amount of resources they have all dedicated to stopping
infrared's
this
very
car, stopping
helpful.
this driver wanted for carjacking. And you saw there when he ditched the car and made a run for it, he did have a passenger. So police on the ground now with their flashlights searching for 2 male suspects who fled after getting out of that black Nissan Sentra here in South Whittier.
The helicopter's tracking the foot speed. I'm trying to see if I see any little dark spots dirt by.
What a spectacle in this neighborhood in South Whittier. They're still looking for the driver who's wanted for carjacking, and it sounds like CHP does have eyes on the passenger.
Hey, they're moving right along. Maybe they found him? No?
Yeah, George, I got it, thanks.
So if you look over on the right, they're still looking in that area.
Yeah, so where you see the helicopter shining that spotlight now, this is the property where one of the two suspects, the passenger in that black Nissan Sentra, is believed to be hiding. CHP did say they spotted him. Let's see if we can get eyes on him. Should be easier now with that night sunlight.
One guy looked like he was wearing black, and another guy looked like he was wearing blue. Oh, I bet you that helicopter has a better camera. No? He's still kind of looking around. Because if they had the infrared, then they could see a lot better. Jesus, this is a horrible camera for a night chase. Somebody wasn't thinking.
Yeah, if you saw the red lights here, that's the police unit. There's a black and white here. No flashing lights turned on, but they're on the move. And this is the property. It's near the corner of Bonavista and Danbrook. If I widen out here, you can see the proximity of this property to where the pursuit vehicle was ditched. So this passenger didn't make it very far. It looks like he just ran through a couple backyards.
Probably hiding in a garbage can somewhere. I'm not seeing any movement. Well, there's two guys in a white shirt there, but they're not anything to do with this. They're probably just trying to figure out what the helicopter is all about. You're not helping, man. I'm looking for moving objects, and you were a moving object.
Looks like they're in their front yard. Yeah, there's somebody wrapped in a blanket watching all of this go down.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. He's not hiding at all. He's just happens to be there.
Looks to me like this was a pretty well coordinated getaway. You see where they decided to ditch this car was in a cul-de-sac just in front of a broken fence where they could easily make a run for it. Which they did before cutting through.
It was kind of a poorly coordinated police chase.
I believe is going to be the first person taken into custody. It doesn't sound like they have eyes on the driver. And it was just a total of 2 people who we saw making a run for it.
This might be one where the driver gets away. Right? Many times as they went in circles. Man, this is the worst camera to be looking for some guy hiding in the dark.
That's right around the corner. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's over here.
What, did they bust both of them?
You see where the other cluster of black and whites are, with their lights on?
What happened here? Aww. Looks like I'm a few minutes behind.
That's right around the corner. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's over here.
Looks like they're still
You see where
looking.
the other cluster of black and whites are, with their lights on?
Oh my. Well, that rips. Yeah, that looks like that one just ended. We'll never know what happened. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. Don't know if we caught the bad guys or not. As always, you guys are awesome. Remember, you don't have to be wise. Use a better camera in a night chase. Bye, guys.